Good afternoon, March the 8th, 2018. Time to wrap it up and take a look at tomorrow. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, it looks like, according to the AP, that Mexico and Canada will be exempted indefinitely from the tariffs that will be put on within 2 weeks, and that's what took the market higher. So, news does drive the markets. We started off this morning saying best resistance was 27.50 to 60. Our first sell zone was 39 to 44. Produced some trades this morning. Got high just over 41. And we're back in that sell one zone right now. So market is pointed higher right now based on hard, tangible news. Good trading. Everything worked out really well today, especially after that first 40 minutes, 30-40 minutes of trading in the Emini, which we saw coming. We said that if we don't get the movement we want, we wait 30-40 minutes and some large trader will come along and break the market out and give us the volatility and some setups that'll make our trading worthwhile. And that's exactly what happened. So this is news driven. The Mexican Canadian tariff news. NAFTA is back on the table. F1 on the E-mini. Higher low, higher high. Find a place to buy it. Put all this back in. Perhaps a move out of the middle. Won't know until tomorrow. Looking at the F2 screen. Here's the news. Up until that news hit, TPO said lower, volume said higher. We were looking for a move out of this high volume area, out of 34, 35. So right up here, next low volume number's up at 50. If the market were to close right here, right now, and we didn't have non-farm payroll news tomorrow, we'd be selling 44s to 49s. And then 54s to 59s. On the buy side, last rotate down was basically 40, so we'd be trying to buy the for Globex 41s, 36 to 41, and then 26 to 31. Non-farm payrolls, 205. Unemployment, 4%. Average hourly earnings up 0.2. Work week, 34.4. Wholesale trade up 0.7. That would show people stocking up in anticipation of a strong economy. And then Baker Hughes rig count last week 1283. $981. So the news focus right here is number one, and you can have a whipsaw if those two numbers are materially different. And that'll be the whole shooting match right there. Know the news, you have the trade beforehand. When we do the assessments for the newsday trades, it really doesn't cut down on the amount of time that you have to spend there and how you have to look at it. Everything on treasuries is pointed lower. We have an inside bar right here. Strong close, so this one says trading range again. Newsday trade tomorrow. Got a P. We were inside yesterday's range, so here we sit. 8 to 12, sell 1. 15 to 19, sell 2. Tomorrow's news can move the market big time. I think the FOMC announcement is in March 19th, 20th, somewhere in there. I have to go back and look. Maybe it's the 28th. Everybody thinks they're going to raise interest rates. On the buy side, last rotate down stopped at 4, so the buck to 04, buy 1. And 25.29, buy 2. So this will probably be the second most important news day of the month, with the March FOMC announcement the most important, because we'll see if the Fed follows their guidance and raises interest rates in March as their guidance has predicted. So we had 3 days this week where the trading went pretty much as expected, and yesterday was just really choppy. It was difficult. So all things said and done, it wasn't so bad. Okay, last rotate stopped at 22, so 20 to 24 is number 1. Sell 27s to 31s. That was a great trade for us today. 3 to 7, sell 2. On the buy side, 12 to 16, number 1. 5 to 9, buy 1. 29 to 01, buy 2. Just leaning against support and resistance. These numbers will probably hold tomorrow. I don't think they'll change overnight. And then it'll be down whether we catch the piece of news that we need or not. Looking at gold. Lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it. Fed raises, if we have a strong economy tomorrow and the Fed raises interest rates at the end of the month, gold should be lower based on fundamentals. So we got our break at 23 to 25. We're selling 23.25, sell 1. 28 to 30, sell 2. On the buy side, 18 to 20, buy 1. 14 to 16, buy 2. Now tomorrow being a news day, trade big news. The whole shooting match can be over in that first break or rally when the news hits. And to fully participate in the potential for movement based on the news, you have to position before the news hits. And that carries a lot of risk. So most institutions are sidelined, and Goldman and the rest of them used to carry where you could make a bet on what the actual number was going to be, and a lot of people would play that with meaningless dollars. But if you got a lot of people to play with meaningless dollars, you could make some good money if you were Goldman, and they did. Crude, lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it. Definitely a B. So we've got this 50 to 60 area is pretty good resistance. So 25 to 50, sell 1. 75 to the buck, sell 2. Definitely have a B. Market is pointed lower. Article out yesterday, the United States by 2023 will be producing 23 million barrels a day. crude oil. We are where the world will be looking to for energy. I don't know if it's going to get that high or not, but a lot of it just depends on where the price of it goes. But that's a pretty optimistic report. So support at 60. We did get stops below 60, so we'll make 59.75, 60 by 1. And then 59 and a quarter, 59.50 by 2. Stories out of Iraq, northwestern Iraq, stories out of Syria that the combat is, the fighting is picking up. They're always fighting over there, and there's a passage in Genesis in the Bible at I think it was Isaac's funeral, and I forget the sons that they were talking about, but they talked about I think it was Hagar's son, Ishmael, and the comment was, if they're not fighting with other people, they're fighting amongst themselves. And that has been so true for so long. It's just ingrained for some reason. Maybe it's genetic. You'd like to think they could find reasons to slow that down. Okay, huge day. Draghi spoke today. Obviously, they didn't like the official taper is supposed to begin in October. $10 billion a month. More supply out there. So, didn't say anything about interest rates. So anyway, the euro sold. And Draghi's capable of moving the market, as we all know. And did. So right here we are. Last rotate up was 23, so 25 plus or minus sell 1, 50 plus or minus sell 2. We'll just go on market numbers. 22.75. Got some volume at 90. Buy 1. 50 by 2. I didn't see that Draghi changed much in what he said, but the market doesn't agree with me, so. Hey, that's it for March the 8th. We had a great day. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be better. I will be back with you bright and early in the AM. You all have a good evening. I'm out of here.